Hey folks, welcome to the 30 in 5 here on 560WIND.com. It is October 27th. Oh, it's a little rainy today, a little overcast. I'll give you the rest of the weather afterwards because you know how detailed I am when it comes to this. By the way, don't forget, I'm on Fox Sports Radio Sunday through a Thursday from 9 to midnight Central Time, and on Sunday night on this wonderful channel, WIND, which is a 560. Well, you know, I get a kick out of this Rick Perry. Somebody told somebody that this guy would be a good candidate. Rick Perry has decided with only 10% that he's going to stop going to certain debates. Now, how do you pick your president? You pick your president or your candidate for president by watching the debates and seeing how the campaigner handles himself with other candidates. Rick Perry apparently is not a good debater, which I could see because, you know, Mayor Daley was a great mayor, but could he debate? He'd get killed by Mitt Romney and some of these other guys because maybe he's not a good public speaker. But on top of that, Perry's made some flip-flops and stuff like that. Now, to not to debate, to have only 10%, when Herman Cain has 24% of the vote. Mitt Romney has 20% of the vote. But now there is a dark horse, ladies and gentlemen, and I want everybody to listen closely. He had 4% of the vote 3 weeks ago. He's up to 12% of the vote, and we're still a ways away. And it's not Mitt Romney. It's not Rick Perry. Newt Gingrich is climbing, okay? He is, and can you see maybe a Herman Cain, Newt Gingrich presidency and vice presidency? Can you see a Mitt Romney and Herman Cain? Maybe. But see, the thing that bothers me about Mitt Romney, folks, is that he's been caught flip-flopping, and he hasn't really climbed. He hasn't climbed. Cain is stabilizing his position. He figured it out. You don't need a lot of money. Just go on Fox News every day, and then other things like speeches, the other news people like CNN will cover you because you're the leading guy. The strategy's spending less money. Rick Perry's got 14 million bucks maybe. What good is that going to do? What good is it going to do for Rick Perry to have all that money if he's not getting across to the voting block? And he's not. He's been stiff. He's been strident. Mitt Romney basically hasn't gained because of that. It's been Herman Cain that has gained because of that. So it will continue. There's a million more debates. I remember when there used to be 5 debates, maybe 3 debates a year. Now, or every other 4 years, now there's like hundreds of debates. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare. You got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it. Also, Amy Winehouse, you know, if you thought it was drugs, folks, it wasn't drugs. They found 3, and I'm talking now, this is 3 bottles of vodka next to her bed. They're saying she died from drinking alcohol. She basically suffered from alcohol poisoning, so to speak, which just shut her down. And you know, if she had 3 that day, she probably had 2 or 3 the day before. The day before, the woman slight of frame. The woman probably did have something in her system from the past with drugs, but alcohol abuse killed Amy Winehouse. I was sort of stunned by that there was no mixture of drugs or anything else. But there's been a couple times back when I did drink, and I've been sober for 5 years, I'm happy to say, that there were a couple days when I overdid it. I'm being bad, and I couldn't even get up practically. You can drink too much. So you know what? I mean, nobody could stop her. Nobody tried to help her. They were just living off her dime for as long as they could. I mean, that's the only thing you could say. They tried to get her to rehab, but they took her to rehab where she could leave. Joe Montana, not with some happy words about Notre Dame University. Joe Montana says, you know, not the right time to ask me if I want to be involved with Notre Dame college football because his son was, he said, treated rudely. Well, you know what happens if you're a Joe Montana son, but you're not Joe Montana? You end up playing in Montana. If Joe Montana's son was so good, would he be playing in Montana? Okay, wouldn't he be playing at some other viable top 25 school? So, Joe, get over it. They gave him an opportunity. He has it on his resume. He wants to play football. I will say this. When you have a lot of money, I guess that degree from Montana doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. Rick Tellender calling the Cub ownership elite. the 1%, delves into politics, look for Rick to be sitting in a park somewhere protesting the fact that the Cubs have rich owners. Hey, Rick, welcome to corporate America. It's all over. You know who doesn't have a lot of money? Your newspaper. Wouldn't you like somebody for a lot of money to buy your newspaper? And then, if they were in the upper 1%, you could blast them for buying the Sun-Times. And then how long would you last? You can't be hypocritical, my friend, and you can't pretend this has just happened. You know what? You want to jump in? Go sit in the park. Go act like a 20-year-old again. I think you still think you can, and you can't. It's all about making money, but you know what you can do? Donate some of your money, go to the park, and give some of it to them, if you believe that much in what they're doing. Also, we have football tonight. You got college football. You also got the World Series. So, hey, you know, it's going to be a beautiful thing finally, because last night there was only one score. Pittsburgh beat a UConn with the World Series being rained out. Now, the weather, like I said earlier, it's rainy. Wear a coat, bring an umbrella. Around the country, check your stuff out also. This is Mike North on 560WIND.com. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.